Hey guys, Perbius1030 with Tin Can Gardener, and I'm out here at the garden, just kind of chilling. I ain't been doing too much, haven't made many videos, a lot going on. I've been collecting seeds and doing some fishing, and that's about it. Right now the garden looks a little sad because it's really hot down here in South Florida right now, and it's just really hot. So I water in the mornings, and then in the afternoons I just hope it rains or water again. But it's been raining lately because it's like our spring. Um, Broccoli's bolted, as you can see. The white tomazels, I actually harvested one. I wanted to get that on film, but totally forgot. They're actually pretty good. Not too acidic, but really good. The ugly ripes have been pretty good. My pepper plants have just exploded. They've got so many peppers on them, it's ridiculous. The cherry tomatoes, which are right there, the blueberry tomatoes, if you will, they've gone insane, and blueberry tomatoes everywhere. My eggplant over there, it too has gone out of its gourd and just produced madly. Um, and you know, I was documenting some different stuff that I was trying, like with banana peels and drying them out and putting them in the soil and that sort of thing. And it seems like it worked. It's a very slow release type of flowering fertilizer, but it worked. So I can't say I can't complain. I've been composting in here, doing what I can. Excuse me, I've been under the weather a little bit lately. My green giants have lived up to their name. They're green and they're pretty daggum big. I'm waiting for all this stuff to get ready to harvest, and as soon as I do, I'm going to tear it all out, and I'm going to do a patch of melons. I'm going to grow like 3 or 4 different types of melons, and maybe 1 or 2 types of tomatoes. Switch it up. It's always good for crop rotation. Never plant the same thing twice. Again, you know, I'm doing it for seed and food. I can get both out of melons. However, my other garden over there, it's just not produced the way I wanted it to. But then again, it produced the seed I wanted. As far as the radishes go, I got a lot of seed off my French breakfast radish, so I want to get those out to you guys. I'm trying to start a seed library, and I'm actually waiting for the school to contact me so I can get them started on the seed library, which I think is very important to get that started, and who knows, it might spark a community garden. Compost pile is the compost pile. I gotta throw some more grass seed on there, get my ratio back up. Let's see here. What else has been going on? Not a whole lot. I mean, just kind of seeing what works here still. Tomatoes grow great here. Peppers grow great here in South Florida. The greens grow pretty good. Cabbage, not so much. I haven't had luck with cabbage. That's just me personally. Somebody else might have beautiful luck. I haven't. Let's see here. My Anaheim chili pepper bush. It's not a plant anymore. It's just a bush because it's gone insane. So have my jalapeno plants. They've just gone insane. And with this weather down here, I think that they would just be ongoing, if you will, without any freezes or anything like that. They're just going to keep on growing, and that's fine by me. But at some point, I'm going to have to take them down. You know your plants are getting big whenever your plants start growing bark. And down here in Florida, things just don't stop growing, so I guess it's a catch-22. It's a good thing, but then again, you got to take them out if you want to grow something else. And I want to grow other things, so these are going to have to go eventually. With the broccoli, like I said, waiting on all the seeds. These things bolted, and they got a lot of seed shoots. I'm happy with that. And I've been getting tomato seeds like nobody's business. Now, well, with the exception of that one right there, that Jersey Giant is very, very difficult. I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, but that is one finicky plant. And I can understand now why it's very almost extinct, if you will, because to get that thing to properly set fruit, has been a nightmare. The flowers will grow, and then it'll turn yellow and fall off. And I've had that problem with a few other of my plants, but nothing like this thing. This thing is finicky, finicky, finicky. And I might take some cuttings and try it again, but Jersey Giants are very finicky plants. I just wanted some seeds off of it, nothing big, nothing crazy, and it wasn't having it. Now, I have some other saucing tomatoes over there that seem to be doing really well. They seem to be growing and doing what they need to do, and they're happy, and they're still green, but they're getting there. I ordered some other plants, which I actually am expecting in the mail today. I ordered some more tomatoes. I ordered a hillbilly variety, or Mr. Stripley, if you will. They're very sweet. I've always liked them, and it's always good to have a good variety of tomatoes, because you never know who's going to want what. So I'm probably only going to do a couple tomato plants next and do mostly melons. And no, I do not have room for a lot of melon plants, but I'm going to grow them as vertical as possible. Now, I do have a cantaloupe plant. You can't see it, it's right behind me, but I have a cantaloupe plant that's actually on that cage right there. Move this out of the way a little bit. This guy right here, and it just gets little tiny melons on it. Nothing big. They're restricted. It's not growing real big melons, but they're little ones, little tiny guys. I actually took one yesterday because all the rain we've been having, it started splitting it, so I cut it and took it in the house, and it was right. So I collected the seeds and gave it to the better half, and she enjoyed it and said it tasted really sweet. Now I do realize that there is a variety of cantaloupe called midge, if you will. They're like midge sweet somethings, 126s or something. They're just tiny little things. But what I've come to find out is if you grow cantaloupes out of pots, for some reason it restricts the melon from getting really big. I don't know why it does that. It just does. I grew some over in that garden, and the melons got like 7-8 pounds. It was ridiculous. They were really huge. I grew them over here, and they're just tiny little things. So, I mean, it's flowering. It's showing like it really wants to produce, and I just keep feeding it compost and hoping it'll just do what it needs to do. But for now, I'm just trying to do my seed thing and get these seeds produced, and honestly, I'm going to have all the pepper and tomato seeds I'm going to need, more than I'll need, and wouldn't mind getting some to you guys. If you want some seeds, let me know. I have no problem with throwing some seeds in a stamped envelope and sending it out. Let me think here. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. What was it? Yes, composting. I've been doing some experiments with my composting, and it's went pretty well. I mean, I've done a couple different recipes, and the garden seems to like it. I haven't done too much compost tea. It's really not something that I have time for right now, but it's Garden seems to like it, so I'm not complaining too much. I am actually trying to get more people to garden and set them up with their little gardens and get them going. And I'm going to have to take some cuttings here soon and try to get some of these plants finished up and out of their pots in respective areas and get them recycled. Because what I'll do is I'll take the soil out of my pots, throw it in the compost pile, let it sit for a couple weeks, turn it a couple times, and take that and put it back into the pots and regenerate it and give it all the new organisms and critters in the soil that it needs. Put it back in the pot, put a new plant in there, and reset. I know a lot of my northern friends are just now starting their gardens. Yeah, they're doing a lot of their stuff indoors. And a lot of people have actually told me, you know, my garden, it'll grow flowers, and it'll never set fruit. Well, I was sitting there thinking about that, and that could be a couple different things. You know, blossom rot is for tomatoes. Usually that's when your fruit sets, it gets a little rotten on the bottom, the fruit falls off. But these guys say the flowers are just dying off of everything. And I was wondering, could it be their bee population? You know, a lot of people who aren't gardeners, they don't realize let me try that again. A lot of people who are not gardeners do not realize how important the bee population is. And you know, I've seen a few of my neighbors sitting there spraying chemicals on their lawn, and it just turns my stomach. It's like, it's really sad, because I got bees that come over into my bushes and they do their little bee thing, and you know, they pollinate my garden. That's probably why I have so much fruit, because I always have bees in my yard all the time. It's very important to have bees and, you know, your little pollinators. And I was wondering, well, maybe they don't have bees like we have bees down here in Florida. And, you know, I really encourage you guys, if you can get into beekeeping and you know somebody that's in that field and you're up north, try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You have a beautiful garden and honey. So that's all I can think of. That, or they're lacking a nutrient in their soil for the proper flowering and fruit set. I'm trying to think. I don't mean to keep looking away from the camera, but that's how I remember things. I kind of look around and go, okay, what do I need to talk about here? Well, the bugs down here have been hellacious, as usual. I've had some hornworm problems. I've had some black beetles with white spots. I've had some pickle worms. I've had some vine boring worms. I've had just a plethora of bugs, and I have come out and I fought them, and I fought them, and I fought them, and I just kind of let the garden do the rest, and I drew in other bugs, and it seems to be working. You know, I'm not really big on planting flowers. I'm just not a flower kind of guy. I like my sunflowers, you know, things like that for the kids. But I think I'm going to start planting more flowers, because I need that diversity of bugs in my garden. Whenever I had the marigolds, I had a lot of ladybugs for some reason. I don't even think ladybugs are attracted to marigolds, but that's nor here or there. The marigolds seem to help out a little bit, and they brought in other bugs. And the compost pile brings in certain critters, like I got a little gardener snake that runs around the yard. The first time I saw it, though, I had to hurry up and identify it, because I do have children and pets. So you can't have poisonous snakes running around your yard. However, I do have frogs, I have snakes, I have lizards, and they're all running around the yard. And they, you know, they control some of my pest problems, and that sort of thing. So Yeah, so I'll have plenty of seeds to get out there, guys. And like I said, if you want any seeds, let me know. Let me know what you want. I probably have it. I got some rare ones. So till next time, this Probius 1030 with Tin Can Gardener. And remember, if you feed somebody some vegetables, you're going to feed them for the day. If you teach them how to garden, you'll feed them and their family for the rest of their lives. All right. See you later, guys.